Hello, welcome Solex Nation. Happy Wednesday night.
Yes, it is Wednesday. And we record these, we put these all over YouTube, but we've had so many new people join in the last month. In fact, it was shocking how many new folks are here. So welcome everybody. If this is one of your first videos joining us on a Wednesday night, we do want to bring your attention though. We have a massive repository of information about the AO scan, about all the different Solex products. Mm-hmm. And over time, in fact, I had somebody share with me just the other day how when they caught up, with AO scan and joined, they actually went back and picked through all of these Wednesday calls because there were so many different things being taught over the last couple of years. And they just got educated through the process. Right. So,
well, and the good news is you can go back on these Wednesday calls, and if you just click in the information tab underneath the call, you will see timestamps. So you can skip forward to whatever you want to listen to or watch. You don't have to watch the entire 30-minute call.
Yeah, and if even further, there's playlists, there's different things within that YouTube environment that might get you more information if you're just hungry and chomping at the bit, so to speak, for more information and wanting to get better at using your AO scan or wanting to get more information about any of the products. That's there for you. So here we go, another Wednesday with more, things to link to.
Okay, speaking of more information, we are going to have our virtual Day of Discovery in March, and those tickets are on sale now. So hurry and get them while you can so that you're ready for March. Now, just as a reminder, that is not going to be a live virtual. It will be a pre-recorded virtual. So it will be open for an entire week, and you will be able to watch the courses as you are able.
Yeah, and it's a choose your own adventure.
It
right?
is. Because you don't have to watch them all if you don't want to. We suggest that you do watch them all.
Yeah,
but
the ones that I'm in.
Watch those for sure.
Yeah, don't worry. You can pass. It's all right. It's just fluff anyway. So.
Okay,
all right,
so
one other thing,
next Wednesday. Tell them about next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we're just going to bring your attention to an update, to roll out. We're going to try and get better at informing you ahead of time of improvements that we make to the AO scan setup. And so next Wednesday, we're going to roll some new improvements, obviously some enhancements, and some of those are going to be around the homeopathic area. So we hope you enjoy those. So look for those coming, that update, that refresh and re-download that takes place as we send out new updates. So next Wednesday, that'll take place.
All right, we had a contest last week, and speaking of homeopathics, we asked you to go on and let us know how you are using the homeopathics section.
Oh,
yeah, good. All the new updates that we've had
I should remember that, but I don't remember. We do so many of these. But what were we giving away?
We were going to give away kids bracelets. So we're going to send 3 winners, a pack of 3 bracelets, and we'll do different colors, different sizes, just so you
kind of random,
have choices.
Right?
Just random.
Just some random.
Yeah, so you'll get 3 bracelets. 3 people will receive 3 bracelets. Okay, so do you want to draw first?
Okay, I can do that.
We always like to read your comments.
Okay, here we go. Stacy McNamara. Homeopathics was instrumental in helping me heal my finger, which I nearly tore off my hand in an accident. My goodness.
Wow.
She didn't say my goodness. I'm saying my goodness. I was very lucky that I didn't lose my finger, but the damage was quite extensive. I don't know what I would have done without my scanner. The homeopathics, along with other scans, allowed me to know just what my body needed to assist in the trauma recovery that pursued for weeks after the accident. My hand surgeon was very impressed with how well I healed. Thank you, Solex. Your products and staff are life-changing, and I'm so grateful for you. Stacy, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hope your finger's doing well.
I hope you showed your hand surgeon your scanner.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's wondering how it healed so fast. That's great. All right, next one is Jan Houghton. I used the homeopathic feature originally by researching which homeopathic was good for the symptoms I needed to treat, and then imprinting the sugar beads with the homeopathics I could find in the scanner. Now it is so much easier and better, thanks to you all. Thanks, Jan.
Good job. All right, last one. Who's getting some kid bracelets? This is Mindy L. Getz. I love the homeopathics. My daughter had a sore throat a few weeks ago, and scanning after choosing sore throat was simple. I played all the lists and could tell the one she needed the most, which came up at the top. Because when I played it, she got super fussy. I knew it was doing the work she needed. It also introduced me to a remedy I hadn't considered for sore throats before. Super helpful.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, Mindy, congratulations. And hopefully maybe one of these bracelets will fit her daughter.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay, we'll get all of those bracelets sent out to you three tomorrow.
All right, top enrollers.
Okay, top enrollers, and this is for the week of?
September 26th through October 2nd.
That's right. Now, surprise, we had a tie for second.
Okay.
3 people tied for second. The first one is Emily Tang.
And then we also have Diva Sophia.
And Julia Ramesi. Hopefully I said that right.
Yes, Julia, congratulations. Great job, great tie, but we don't have a tie for first.
We don't. We have one first place winner, and that goes to Stephen Keller.
Congratulations, Stephen. A Solex silver coin.
Yes.
Going to you. You've been on the list for a while.
Well, he's come in second place the last 2 weeks. This week he's in first. So I believe this is his first coin.
Well, if it's your first, we hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Solex Legacy Club, which you're now a member, full-fledged.
And he probably doesn't know what that means because he's new.
Yeah,
so we'll explain that to you.
We'll have different events and different things,
Yeah.
just special invitations for those in the Legacy Club. And you have to have a Solex silver coin to be part of that.
And once the coins are gone, the group is closed. So yeah, congratulations to you all. Okay, we have 3 new license plates that we're going to show this week. And I have to say, Lauren might be pulling ahead a little bit this week.
Stop it.
I know.
Stop it.
Okay, let's take a look at these. Rebecca McQuilty, AO Scan, good one.
Sarah Valencia.
Another AO Scan.
I say it begrudgingly.
And I love this one. This is a Solex 1 plate from Dave Shulse. I hope I said your name right, Dave. And congratulations. Welcome to the Solex 1 group, of which I am a part.
Yes, she is. She is a part of the Solex 1, but I consider that to be part of the Solex group.
Yes.
So I'll count any version of Solex.
2 for Lauren this week, 1 for us. Yay.
Even if it just has an S in it, I'm counting it. So scan works too.
Okay, so we will send out your Solex silver coins for those license plates. And if any of you are new on the call and wondering what the heck this is all about, we give a Solex silver coin to those of you who have an AO Scan license plate or a Solex license plate or a version of the two. And that gets you into our legacy group. So, and also we get this question a lot. Do you get the license plates from Solex? No, those are from your local DMV.
Yeah, the government registration.
Yes.
That whole process.
Okay, so we have some fun things that are on the call today. I'm excited to get to it. So should we start it?
Yeah, let's jump in.
All right.
Hi, my name is Roni Spresser, and I am a QLA with Solex. And I am honored to have been asked to show what I'm doing with SEFIdots in horses. I'm also a photopuncturist, and I've done that for 23 years. Primarily working with horses. And so when the SEFIdots came out and I was using them on myself and my family, I was like, oh, well, wait a minute. And so I'm very familiar and very knowledgeable on the meridian system. And there's 12 meridians in the body and on each side of the body, and 2 that run down midline, the back, and the front. So all 12 meridians come, and they either start or finish on the hooves. And so the meridians, this horse is blind. And so I've been working on her to bring her eyesight back. We have one eye is, we believe, completely blind, and the other eye she can see out of. And a year ago when I started coming back out here and working with them, she could not see, I could not touch her. And so I ran a scan on her that day. I came back out the next day and I was able to pet her. So I don't know what it did that day, but it definitely worked. And so I scan her every day. I run frequency for her eyes. And that now I run She doesn't like the other horses to come up. So now I do the SEFIdots. So I went ahead and I already imprinted a SEFIdot for her. And this side is her blind, complete eye. And this side is the cataract eye. So I like to put it on the back leg on the same side. So right here is bladder 1. Bladder 1 is a very powerful point for the eyes. So I go ahead and I put the SEFIdot, I imprint the SEFIdot with things for the eyes, cellular restore, and a few other things, and then I come, can you come around here?
Hi, Sissy.
And I haven't quite been able to get a halter on her yet, but I'm working on that. So I come down here and I take a wet tissue, and I trust my horses, so hold this. If I scratch her, she'll stand still for me. So I come down and I wipe off where the bladder meridian ends on the foot, the back foot. Then I take the SEFIdot and I put it right there, just below the coronary band, so you don't catch any hair. And then I take the cover, and I come in here and I get it on there. And as I said, I haven't quite gotten a halter on her, so I work with her the best I can. And usually if I scratch her rump, she'll sit here and and I can get this off. And whoa. So there we have a SEFIdot at the end of the bladder meridian. So I have one more that I do for her. She went blind because of flies and infection in her eye, and then she ended up damaging her eye from scratching the infection on trees. So I did another SEFIdot. I have I have a playlist for bugs, and so I imprinted the playlist, and I found a homeopathic that is an insect repellent. So I imprinted that in here, and I will put it on the stomach meridian, as that is another very powerful point for her eyes. And I put it on the opposite leg. And so I come down, and I wipe it off. I stick the SEFIdot on. Oh, easy. Come here. Hey, you go on. Don't try this at home. I've been working with this horse for a year to earn her trust back. And so I know what I can get away with. And I tried to get a halter on her today. She took off. It took me another 30 minutes just to get her to let me touch her again. So there's a lot of trust with her. And
Mom.
What? Go.
I just know she's gonna
Go. Ma'am, I know. And then this girl over here, she wants attention. And she just likes attention. But my blind girl, she feels the energy of the other horse. So this is the stomach meridian. So I just put that there. Oops. And there we have it. Oh, girl. So we have insect repellent on her as well to help keep the flies off, because she will not allow me to put bug spray on her of any kind. I am pretty holistic, so I use very natural things, and she just won't let me. So that's what I'm doing with SEFIdots. I have an old horse over here. I have her SEFIdot ready as well, and she's 30 plus. She's a Mustang. Last year, when I started coming out here in August, she was skin and bones. I started working with her, and now she's gained quite a bit of weight. She looks really good. She gets about 10 pounds of grain a day. This bay right here, she is an attention hog. So this is Mustang, we call her. Like I said, she's 30 plus. She was skin and bones. So I imprinted hers with muscle failure and the bug playlist that I have, and also muscle repair. And so the spleen meridian is good for muscle repair. So I come down here, and the spleen meridian is here. I place this on there like that. Hey, ooh, easy. Place that over it. Sometimes it's harder to get off than I prefer, but there we go. And she's got muscle repair. And I'm already seeing her muscles are starting to come back a little bit. So I'm really excited about this, and I'll just keep experimenting. I've been doing the stuff with the acupuncture for many, many years. So it just absolutely made sense. The SEFIdots are amazing, and for us and for our animals. And I can't wait to figure out how to get them on dogs. I think we're gonna shave an area and stick them on. That's my next thing if I have a dog that is in dire need of a SEFIdot. So, and then this girl here, she's got pain in her front feet. We've got a farrier coming out, but he can't get here for 2 weeks. So I run a SEFIdot for her for pain, and I stick it right there on her front feet. And it's really, really worked and helped a lot. So thank you. And I look forward to hearing what everybody else is doing with SEFIdots.
Howdy, I'm Dr. Kevin Gursky.
And I'm Amber Moseley, and we are back. We had a lot of questions from Day of Discovery that we did not, I guess we weren't able to get to or answer.
Ran out of time.
Exactly.
Time and space, you know.
And so I'm going to ask Dr. Gursky some questions that were handwritten, and I hope I get these correctly. So, and just a shout out to Shelby that reads these on stage because of people's handwriting. But here we go.
She's an expert in
She
real
is.
time.
I know. Okay, so Dr. Gursky.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you use SEFIdots on dogs or animals?
Absolutely. So this has come up a little bit. The best way to do it is to find the meridian that it's recommended that it be placed on, shave that area, and then stick the SEFIdot on there after you've imprinted it. It will also work placed on the tag, on the collar or on the dog's tag on the collar. But as any of y'all that have looked at phase 2, I go through some of the characteristics of a wave. Our frequency does decrease. Our the wavelength will increase. Frequency decreases as we're going through space or matter. So if we're going through air, if we're going through hair, if we're going through air that's trapped within the hair before we get to the actual dog and go to and get into the correct meridian, we're decreasing the effectiveness of the treatment. So if it's calls for a certain meridian, just shave that area, stick it on there. The dog, it won't hurt the dog to be shaved in a quarter-sized area. If you're showing the dog and you don't want to have a bald spot, or if there's some other reason that you don't want a little bald spot on your dog, then you can put it on the collar, put it on the tag, just to realize it's not going to be as effective, and it won't be as effective as long.
And it shows where the meridian is in the scanner under vitals. Isn't that correct? Where you have the vitals, and then you choose the pet underneath you, and when you scan the pet inside of vitals, then it'll show the meridians and the chakras of the animals, correct?
Right. So just stick her there and call it good.
So, okay. All right, next one. Can you treat your dogs with homeopathic remedies or any other animal?
Absolutely. Those are, homeopaths are the treatments that we had that our great-great-grandparents treated their working mules, their hunting dogs, themselves with back in the day. So homeopathic medicines, homeopathic cures are probably better as far as having residues and adverse effects than some of the big farm products that we use. Second, on that note, especially if we have a food animal, if we've got a milk cow, if we've got chickens that are laying us eggs, if we're growing a steer in the lot to feed our family, I would rather use homeopathic remedies. We're not going to have drug residue that's going to go directly into our system. So animals that are within the food chain, and some people may be cringing a little bit towards that, but a lot of people, I raise steers to eat. We raise chickens that provide us with eggs, and I do not want to put big farm products into their system.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, couple more. In or under fruits, grains, meats, etc., when it shows up in red on the left column, does that mean an allergy to the food or that I or my animals cannot eat it?
So that's kind of the same question, but or the same. There's two variations to that question that are kind of very simple or very similar. If I've got a red in a food hypersensitivity, a hypersensitivity is an inflammatory reaction. So we think of a one being a chronic, the organ is not working right, it's not functioning the way it should, and then a 9 would be a very fast acting inflammatory response that jumped up. So both of those are inflammatory response. If I've got a 1, then it's probably something that's within the horse's feed or the dog's feed that they're eating on a regular basis, and we need to change that. If it's a 9, it's something that we just ate, probably just got in the system, and is causing a rapid inflammatory response. So the answer is yes.
So, and you still need, and I guess that's why, let's go back to a couple other segments, is why you suggest that I scan and optimize my pet on a daily basis, because then you can start seeing, is it truly in the food, and like you've told me before, or is it in the grass, or is it something maybe they just ate? Exactly. So that's why I believe it's important that you scan the animal and optimize every day. Is that correct, or do I have it?
No, that's exactly correct. The more dots you have, the easier it is to connect and make a picture. So if I do this for 7 days and I've got 9s, and then all of a sudden it turns to a 1, I realize, hey, this animal is eating something that is not agreeing with them, and I need to change this. So on the same thought, there's a lot of food companies that are coming out with what we would normally consider naive proteins. When we have a hypersensitivity to a food in our dog or our cat, the first thing that we try to do is change to a protein that they're not used to eating. And a lot of the newer health pet food companies have come out with different proteins within the feed. So without saying any names, maybe we've got a dog food that's duck and rice. Okay, that's different than what our animal would have ever eaten. If we start feeding that to our dog, I don't have a naive protein now to go to, especially if I go through the buffalo and carrots and the what else do they have? Salmon and asparagus, all the different things, and I'm just making things up, but all the different proteins and blends of proteins that you have. If you change that up through these feed companies trying to figure out what's going on with your pet, eventually we run out of a naive protein, and we just don't have anything in our bag to try to treat easily our pet. So it's important to contact a veterinarian, see what what we need to do to systematically realize what we need to do for our pet as far as a diet goes, if we've got a hypersensitivity.
Yes, absolutely. And I noticed too, using the scanner, that a lot of my animals' digestive system was not working properly.
Sure.
And so what I do is I do the Pets Plus. And because it has all of the minerals and everything, and it has a live enzyme on it, and I just I put it in like an old maybe bottle, mustard bottle or something that has a lid that's seal tight. And so when I feed my animals, I just do a squeeze like that on it. And I've noticed too, when I've started scanning, and I do that on a regular basis with Pets Plus, that their digestive system is working so much better.
Excellent.
So, but just kind of throw that out.
Yeah, that's a good plug. Probiotics, minerals. Anytime we have a good balance that kind of gets away from a lot of the food companies that we have don't have a normal good balance, and very few of them have probiotics within the feed. And those are something, prebiotics, probiotics are something that I highly recommend for all of our animals, horses, cattle, dogs, cats, pocket pets, you name it. Prebiotics and probiotics are very, very helpful for the digestive system.
Okay. One more, and it says, on the PET scans, the vital scans for HRV, heart rate variability, are these readings available in the scan? How to locate? Where are they at in the scan?
So this is something that you've got to kind of connect the dots. What is causing a heart rate variability or an arrhythmia, an increase in heart rate, decrease in heart rate? So the first thing we're going to look at, of course, will be the heart. Do we have an electrical system malfunction within the heart? Do we have a SN node that's overactive, an AV node that's overreactive? And this would change our heart rate quite a bit. Also, if the cardiac output is decreased, we're going to increase heart rate. If the cardiac output is increased, size of the heart has increased, and maybe we have a swelling of the heart, which is a very elementary term, but that's exactly what we're talking about. Then again, we're going to look at the heart, put those pieces together. There again, the next thing you look at is the brain. Is there some reason within the brain that we're telling the heart to speed up, slow down, and be variable about that, not maintaining a good heart rate? The next thing, of course, would be your kidneys. The volume of the blood has a lot to do with heart rate variability, maintaining a constant heart rate. We can be hypervolemic, high PR volemic, high PO volemic, which is more fluid within the system or less fluid within the system. The kidneys look at that. The kidneys tell the heart and work on the baroreceptor and say, hey, we need you to increase the pressure, so we need you to speed up a little bit and beat faster so we increase the pressure. That would be something that would be happening if we were hypovolemic, high PO volemic. If we were high PR volemic, so a lot of pressure is pushing against that kidney, the kidney says, we need to slow down just a little bit, and it's going to make the heart slow down. So there again, you look at all the body systems. If you need help, give me a call, talk to your veterinarian.
So you just piece the dots together, right? You got to look at the brain, the kidneys, and all of that.
What's causing the heart rate variability, and it's not that tough to figure out if we know right where to look. Sure.
Awesome. I will have to say, we get to visit a lot, and I was watching phase 2, and I absolutely loved your teaching on that.
Thank you.
And I want to know why you didn't tell me all that first. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, if you haven't watched phase 2 or you haven't done phase 2 out there, guys, I'm telling you, I went through it and I was blown away. And I think you got more for us coming too.
Absolutely.
So
lots more coming.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I will see you soon.
Hello, Solex friends. Carrie Summers telling you an incredible story about my little dog, Hulk. And after today's story, I'm going to refer to him as the Incredible Hulk. The story begins about, several months ago, December of last year. We got little Hulk. He was a rescue dog. He came to us with only one eye. But we loved him. We played with him. He was extraordinary and full of life. And about a month and a half ago, tragedy struck, and he went blind suddenly, no explanation, in his other eye. So we took him to a specialist, and they did some tests, and they said there's 3 things wrong. He has high blood pressure, which probably caused the retina to detach. And then he also has glaucoma. Well, we wanted a second opinion. So we went to another place, and they confirmed everything we'd heard at the first place and said, we suggest for the glaucoma that you put him on some drops, which they're expensive, and we had to do them 2 drops 3 times a day to see if we can get the pressure out of his eye. So we had a follow-up visit on Monday of this week, and we went down, and they did the check again and said, Mr. and Mrs. Summers, we are so sorry to tell you that the pressure in his right eye is at a 59, which is more than double what it should be. Your dog's got to be in a lot of pain, and obviously the drops that you're using to alleviate that pressure aren't working. So this is what we suggest. We suggest that you do surgery and surgically remove the other eye. So we didn't want to do that, but we didn't want our dog to be in pain either. And so we set up a schedule, and we were to go in yesterday morning at 7:30 to take Hulk in for an eye removal. Now, because I'm a big fan of Solex and I love the scanner, this is what I did. Between Monday when we got home from the vet and when we took him in yesterday morning, I ran 24/7 a playlist, and I put together my own playlist of 10 different items, including glaucoma, nerve damage, everything to do with the eye, and oxygen, high blood pressure, all those things. I put it together, and I ran it on Hulk all the time. We took him down yesterday morning, and I told the doctor that was going to perform the surgery, I said, before we leave him, I'd like to have you do one last little check to see if any of those levels have come down. If they haven't, we'll go ahead and do the surgery. So I ran the frequencies for 72 hours from Monday until yesterday morning. And we're filming this just the day after. So the vet took Hulk, the doctor that was going to perform the surgery, took Hulk into another room and did some tests on him. And he came back in about 20 minutes. And he had a smile on his face, ear to ear. That was a good sign. Then he said, would you like to hear the good news? We said, yes. He says, I don't know how to explain this, but the pressure in his eye has come down from a 59 to a 22. He says, your dog no longer has glaucoma, and we're certainly not going to take his eye out. Then he followed up by saying, and his blood pressure is totally normal. And then the final capstone, his retina had reattached. Now, we don't know if Hulk will ever see again, but the fact that those frequencies that I ran, and I want to also give credit to people that were praying for him. That was us and some of our friends and neighbors. I think it all goes hand in hand, but Hulk is a miracle dog. I'm here to tell you that. And thank you, Solex. Thank you, God. Thanks so much.
It's giveaway time, and before this giveaway, I want to set this up because I have an interesting ask for what people should do this week.
Okay.
You have the light wave glasses on.
I do.
We associate that, obviously, for use with inner voice. We kind of have a report that gives you what color glasses should go with what emotion you're working on. But obviously, you don't need to just use light wave glasses with inner voice, right?
No, I use mine 24/7. Well, I've been using mine for a year.
Yeah.
I actually took my frames in and had my prescriptions put in, but then throughout the day, I can swap out the lenses as I need. So yeah, I use them.
I read this interesting, or came across this study about emotions, and it had to do with testing stretching.
Yeah.
So let me carry this forward just a minute and relate this to something I think we can invite people to do and share with each other.
Okay.
Something really positive. The study was, okay, so let's stretch. Let's have people stretch. In the yoga scenario, this is where all this was done. And they measured different areas of the brain dealing with the emotional reaction to stress. So as you probably know, if you've done any dedicated stretching, you know that you push yourself to a boundary of almost pain. And some of you might call it pain. I call it pain sometimes too. But in stretching, you get into a pose and then you hold it.
That's the key.
Yeah, the key is to hold it, and you hold that pose through, even though your emotional reaction is stop, pull back, don't do this, right?
Right.
Well, what they found in this clinical study, and they did quite a few people, was that the area of the brain that manages the emotional reaction to something difficult actually strengthens, enhances, and grows. In fact, there was a portion of the people in this that had been doing different scenarios of yoga for 15, 16 years. And actually that part of the brain was bigger.
Yeah.
It had grown. So this is the interesting thing. When we do difficult things, even though our natural reaction is no way, I don't want to do that. It's uncomfortable.
Right. And it doesn't even have to be something painful.
No.
Physically.
Right. No. It's just choosing to do something hard, choosing to do something difficult, leaning into that, holding that pose, as it were, through the accomplishment of it, actually doesn't just accomplish the difficult thing.
It strengthens.
It strengthens. It causes your emotions to change. You get stronger. You get better. So what do you think about this? Everybody right on this call on YouTube, comment during this fall season, during the next couple months, what is the difficult thing that you're going to hold, to lean into during this season? What are you going to accomplish that you have been afraid to, you pulled back from, but you want to lean into it right now and get emotionally stronger? If they do that.
To stretch outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Stretch further and hold that stretch.
And hold it. And hold in that space. Was it Nadia Lutz? It's where the magic happens. Getting out of your comfort zone, right? Is where the magic happens.
Really good point.
On the line, along the lines of emotions and light wave classes and dealing with emotions, how about we give away 3 of them?
I love it.
You think that's great?
I think it's great.
All right, everybody, comment on the call. What's that one thing you're going to do in the next couple months that's difficult, but you're going to lean into it? Comment on this call what that is. We're going to draw 3 people for light wave classes next week. Bye.
See ya.
Hello, welcome Solex Nation. It is Wednesday night.
It is. Good.
Our weekly update for you. Tonight is a great one. We're excited to get on with it.
Yes.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay. Wait, is that the start? Okay.